Hello and welcome to our video, 10 informations you need to know about yesterday. In this video, we'll be covering some of the most important events that took place yesterday, giving you a quick summary of each one. Record low NHS satisfaction. According to the latest British Social Attitude Survey, public satisfaction with the NHS has reached a record low. The survey indicates that only 29% of respondents reported being satisfied with the NHS in 2022, which is a decrease of 7 percentage points from the previous year and a significant drop from the 2010 high of 70%. The winter of unprecedented strikes in the NHS has contributed to this decline, with waiting times and staff shortages being the primary concerns among the public. Healthwatch responded to these findings by stating that the public supports the principles of the NHS, and that services should work collaboratively with people to create a healthcare system that is centered on patients' needs. Unique O'Grady dies at 67. Paul O'Grady, the broadcaster and comedian, has passed away at the age of 67, according to his partner Andre Portejo. In a statement, Portejo reported that O'Grady died unexpectedly but peacefully on Tuesday evening. O'Grady enjoyed a career spanning over 3 decades, during which he presented popular shows such as The Paul O'Grady Show, Blind Date, and For the Love of Dogs. He was also known for his drag queen persona, Lily Savage, which he used when hosting shows like Blankety Blank. Following his passing, O'Grady's longtime radio producer Malcolm Prince shared on Twitter that a unique talent had been lost and that he himself had lost a dear friend. Migrants to be moved to barge. The UK government has revealed plans to transfer migrants from hotels to an accommodation barge as part of efforts to discourage immigration. The barge, which can accommodate hundreds of people, has been acquired by the government and is likely to be stationed at a port rather than at sea. According to The Sun, the Home Office intends for the barges to serve as a deterrent, not a magnet, while The Times notes that the type of barge used is typically reserved for offshore construction projects, raising questions about the safety of those on board. In addition, the immigration minister is expected to announce the transfer of around 3,000 migrants from hotels to RAF bases. Guardian sorry for slave links. The Scott Trust, the owner of The Guardian, has issued an apology for the newspaper's founder's involvement in the transatlantic slave trade, as reported by the newspaper itself. Following academic research, which revealed that John Edward Taylor, who established The Guardian in 1821, had connections to cotton plantations through the textile industry, the trust has pledged to invest millions of pounds in a 10-year restorative justice program. The newspaper is taking responsibility for the fact that its first editor profited from an activity that is now recognized as a crime against humanity, according to editor-in-chief Catherine Viner. Will Pence testify against Trump? A U.S. district judge has issued a sealed ruling that Mike Pence must testify before a grand jury concerning Donald Trump's attempt to overturn the 2020 election results. The Telegraph reported that this development creates an unprecedented scenario, in which a former vice president is compelled to give potentially damaging testimony against the president he once served. Pence, who is 63 years old, is reportedly nearing an announcement of his candidacy for the 2024 Republican presidential nomination, which would put him in direct competition with his former boss. Amsterdam tells Brits to stay away. The City Council of Amsterdam has initiated a digital campaign aimed at deterring young British men, called the Stay Away campaign. The campaign targets men aged 18 to 35 in the UK and features images of young men staggering in the street, being handcuffed by police, and having their fingerprints and mugshots taken. The BBC notes that the campaign is in response to years of complaints about British tourists engaging in public drunkenness, urination, canal pollution, nudity, and violent altercations. Nevertheless, critics argue that such targeted ad campaigns rely on unfair stereotypes. Harry, concerned by Mail Group. In his witness statement submitted as part of his privacy case against Associated Newspapers, Prince Harry expressed his deep concern over the unchecked power, influence, and criminality of the Mail newspapers. The Duke, along with 6 other claimants, including Elton John and Baroness Doreen Lawrence, the mother of murdered teenager Stephen Lawrence, alleges that their personal information was obtained unlawfully and used as material for stories published in the Daily Mail and Mail on Sunday. Prince Harry emphasized that his motivation for bringing the case is his love for his country. Adidas objects to BLM logo. Adidas has filed a request with the U.S. authorities to prevent the registration of a Black Lives Matter trademark that features 3 parallel stripes. According to documents submitted this week, the German sportswear company argued that the public may mistake products featuring the Black Lives Matter design as being affiliated with or originating from Adidas. The company has used its iconic 3-stripe logo since 1952 and claims that the design has gained significant international fame and public recognition. King Charles to visit Germany. Today, King Charles and Queen Consort Camilla are arriving in Germany for a 3-day visit, which is the King's first overseas state visit. The BBC notes that it is second time lucky, as riots in France made it impossible for President Macron to host the King at Versailles, with the potential for protesters outside the gates. In other news, the first portrait of King Charles since he took the throne has been unveiled. The painting, created by artist Alastair Barford, depicts the king wearing a blue suit, white shirt, pink tie, and pocket square. Obama says Murdoch polarizes society. Former U.S. President Barack Obama has accused Rupert Murdoch's media outlets of contributing to the growing polarization in Western societies. During a speech in Australia, he said that the news coverage by Murdoch's outlets is designed to make people angry and resentful, leading to greater polarization. Obama noted that this trend is not unique to the U.S. and is happening globally due to the shifts in the media and the story being told to people. The former president referred to Rupert Murdoch as the person responsible for much of this trend.